What is going on out there, YouTube? I'm back again with another movie review. And this time, actually, I'm going to be honest. I'm really excited to get this review off because I think this review is needed. So stay tuned because that review is coming to you right now. All right. So I'm just getting home from seeing a movie that I don't think is on anybody's radar. It's in regards to superhero movies this year, considering got Spider-Man that's coming out soon. We just came off Avengers Endgame. And I think this movie just got overlooked, and maybe rightfully so, because the last one was not good. Let's just be honest. X-Men Apocalypse was horrific. But I am talking about X-Men Dark Phoenix, and I'm here to tell you that I'm happy. I'm happy and I'm sad. Um but I'm gonna first start off by saying that even being at New York Comic Con of last year, 2018, they were there, and they offered a lot of good press opportunities, and I really do feel like it was just really overshadowed. Alita, I think, really had the big home run that weekend. Both Fox properties for sure, but I think there was a little bit more heart maybe invested into Alita. But I'm about to say, like, of all the things people are worried about with this movie, as far as it, like, the bad reputation that X-Men Apocalypse left off on, again, really bad movie, absolutely bad movie. Maybe because we're doing the Phoenix Saga again, and we knew that Last Stand really didn't do that any justice. And even some of the trailers that came out for this movie really didn't quite point a direct narrative about how they were going to do it. And then for us really big comic book fans of the fact that we're again doing the Phoenix Saga, and we're not getting a lot of the characters that's involved with the story arc from the 90s cartoon or the comics period. And it leaves us a little bit, we're a little bit, we was a little bit harsh on this movie, for I think some people even gave it an opportunity. But yeah, sure, other superhero movies did the cosmic thing and it worked, and we know the CGI and effects is there for, so yeah, there's an opportunity that they feel that maybe this movie could have did it. But I'm here to say that this movie was good. I liked it. I really, 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 really liked this movie. And it could be two things here. It could be because the expectation was so low that it can only go up, or it could just be the fact that it was just overall a good movie. I'm definitely going to point out a lot of good things here. I have really nothing to complain about except for the fact of, like, wow, the last movie of this saga, and that's it. Um, and it's kind of surreal because what goes next? We know the Fox deal and the Disney deal is in place. So when's the next time we're going to see another X-Men movie? We don't know. We know it's a very popular franchise, so we know it should be. It should definitely be on the drawing charts right now of queuing it up. Because it's money to be made. Obviously, people want to see the MCU and Disney do it right. But Fox got this movie, I think, right. And I really do think when it came down to the promotions, the trailers and all that other stuff, they played everything so safe that they did not want people to go in here with their mind already made up. Not just that, too. We know about a lot of the rumors that's circulated with this movie. One being about the reshoots about the end, because the end of this movie felt like another movie. And I think that other movie, by a lot of, like, the scenery for it, and obviously some of the things that transpire in that scenery, was they really wanted to avoid Last Stand. And good, because we don't want that Last Stand again. Sorry it's been done, and we all, I think we can all agree that we didn't like that as well too. But there's nothing to worry about with that too. I really, really enjoyed a lot of things in this movie. First thing, I'm gonna start off by saying I'm a big Hans Zimmer mark. And I will say that Days of Future Past is my favorite of the X-Men movie. I love that score. Easily one of my favorite scores in all superhero movies. But this right here, I liked it. And I didn't know until the credits that Hans Zimmer did it. So I loved it. I will give the little bit of bias on there because I mean we all can agree Hans Zimmer when he puts his hands on something it's pretty damn good. But I did like this score, so I'm gonna start there. Um, but let me go down about some of the performances too. Sophie Turner, we just coming off of Game of Thrones, as Jean Grey. We've seen her come into it a little bit in the previous movie, but I really like how she truly embraces the Jean Grey slash Phoenix character in this movie, and I think that it's a point I'm gonna make after this, but I really do like how she became of that character in this movie. Jennifer Lawrence's Raven as Mystique, really good as you expect, as she's always been. McAvoy, he did something really interesting to me in this movie. McAvoy, obviously Professor X. There was really a few moments that the Professor X of the younger, or what would we say, the Apocalypse timeline, I think we'll say. Yeah, the Apocalypse timeline, I think we'll say that, or the First Class timeline. That McAvoy has been his adaptation of Professor X, and Patrick Stewart's been his. And I thought that moment in Days of Future Past when they looked at each other was so powerful because you've seen one cast, pretty much in him giving his blessing to McAvoy. And since then, I felt that McAvoy had made it his own. But there was this one particular scene where I felt a ton of Patrick Stewart coming out. Like, it was really, really good. Did not stay there. I thought that's what we were going to get, but it did not. It did go to this. He reverted back to his McAvoy adaptation of Professor X. I got some notes about Professor. I'm going to get back to it in a little bit. Jessica Chastain is the mysterious person. People don't know who she is. Not going to say it. She kind of leaked a little bit of it out. If you looked online, you've seen some of it out there. As she is a being from another planet, as she stated in one of her interviews. Very sinister, ice cold feel whenever she's on the screen. So yes, Michael Fassbender, Professor X, Magneto. You know what you're gonna get. Always embraces that character to the utmost. And I'm not gonna go over everybody. I'm just gonna say we do get Quicksilver and his fun and the comedic relief for the movie. Beast, we really do see Beast becoming of the Beast that we've seen of the original set of X-Men movies. So that was like really, this is a common thing that I'm going to point out, is that for this to feel like the last movie is crazy because it really does feel the becoming of a lot of people. Now, Alexandra Shipp has been in all the tabloids, whatever, with controversial statements about this and that, whatever. It's even some where I've read that maybe she was a little bit dissatisfied about the amount of usage Storm get. That is all BS. Storm was tight. Period. Really, really, really good visual works with Storm and the scenes that she was in. And I don't know. I just don't know how that couldn't even be a thing. I literally looked over to my buddy and I said, like, how is she complaining? How could she complain? Storm was doing her thing. And even still, if it was part of the reshoots, which I suspect some of it was part of the reshoots, she still knows she did it. So it's a little bit confusing to me. Cyclops, the best Cyclops we've ever gotten in the film was in this movie. And I will have to say that I am not the original person to say this, but this is definitely a thought, and I think it makes perfect sense that the reason why this Cyclops was so good is because we did not have Hugh Jackman, Wolverine, to overshadow Cyclops as a character. And we know the history between the two, but just because it was just Cyclops, that we got to really appreciate that character. And he nailed it. The Cyclops we all grown to know nailed it. Even the chemistry with Jean Grey was what us, the ones that grew up loving the 90s cartoon, that's what we got. One of my favorite X-Men, Nightcrawler. Oh boy. There was something I seen from a mile away getting ready to happen in this. And we know that Nightcrawler traditionally is just your teleporting, get me out of danger, get me there type of person. Not that much action from her traditionally, right? Just kind of just growing into his own, as the theme I've been saying. Um, Man, if you're a Nightcrawler fan, he looks at a knife and it is all hell from there. I'm telling you, that scene was crazy good. Oh, I liked it. I liked it. I liked it. I liked it. Anyway, let me go over some of the notes. I just gave you a lot of what I felt about a lot of the characters there. Yeah, my common theme is that the X-Men were really becoming into their own. You've seen a lot of them become the figures of who they are in the X-Men. You've seen Jean Grey still trying to figure out her identity, still being hunted by her past, the struggle with the family, not hurting people, and understanding how powerful she really is. Raven, who's always been there for Professor X, where they mostly did not agree, but will always call him out on his stuff. You see it, and there's some really powerful dialogue coming from Jennifer Lawrence, and there's even one quoting that it seems like the women are always saving the guys. Maybe consider changing his name to the X-Woman. She did that. She did that. Um, Professor X, I already explained a lot about how I felt like he captured some Patrick Stewart moments, really back to his original self. Um, but yeah, just a lot of people going into their own. Storm and Cyclops. Cyclops traditionally the leader, the 1A, but Storm is literally the 1B. And you see the two of them realize that they need each other if they're going to lead this team, to the point that they gain the respect of Professor X of saying like, oh, we're making a call here. And it's respected as it always has been, where he's just not just the leader of the X-Men, but it is a union thing where they all do together. Quite frankly, Professor X is the bad guy in this movie. I'm not even gonna lie, because he's so egotistical. He's been given awards and accolades from the government, and he's just patting himself on the back because he figured out he created a world where the X-Men and the mutants and the humans can live together, because he's doing what he feels is right to make that happen, even when a lot of it comes with a lot of bad decisions. But he triples down on three bad decisions early in the movie, that the point that I was like, he's clearly the bad guy. He's using bad judgment in everything he's doing, and it's coming at the demise of his team. He's actually put the human safety priority over his own people at times, and it's just, you just see the ego of Professor X, a style of Professor X you're not really used to, but it does ultimately set the tone for a lot of the actions that go on. The visuals, really good. Again, we know what we're dealing with this movie. We know it's going to have CGI. It was not CGI overload or heavy. It was just really touched. It was not even touched. It was kissed perfectly in a lot of the scenes. Only towards maybe one part of the end, I was like, oh, there's a CGI, and the traditional like slinging into action type of thing that the X-Men's always done. It's standard there, but I really did like the visuals with it. And again, the score with the visuals and the action that was happening. Hans Zimmer is my guy. If you're not a Hans Zimmer fan, please go look him up at all the scores he's done. Some of your favorite movies that you don't even realize that he's done. Even the Batman v Superman that no one likes. The score alone is just worth that movie, just flat out. Because if you cut the movie out, just the score. What else I got here? Yeah, everyone had really good scenes as far as their mutant abilities and to where they stand with the team. Again, you have scenes where Scott is the leader, taking charge. A lot of his a lot of like with his beams, a lot of that you see. Magneto, he does the I can't think of the name of the move, but the gravity squeeze. He nails that pretty awesome. You just see a lot of that type of stuff that you'll really appreciate. Yeah, like I already said, I think we got the best version of Scott we've ever seen in any of the movies. I really do, again, reiterating again, I really do think that the last scene that they said they did reshots for was really, they were really going after Last Stand. And I think a lot of people thought it was like in game-ish that was going to be there. No. It was the Last Stand for me, for sure. Again, by some of the action, how it looked, the fiery background, people running at her and stuff like that, and the disintegration, that type of stuff, Yeah, here is my one little thing, and again, this could possibly be just because I'm a fan, is that some of the lines were kind of predictable. Like you kind of like knew like if I say like I'm just trying to think of an example real quick. I'm trying to think of an example. Like I don't know something. If I say like up up, you may say down down because you just knew it was going to come that way. But it really was like one of those type of things where you seen a lot of the dialogue coming from a mile away. Which again is fine because again, if you're a big fan, then you kind of feel kind of rewarded knowing that what's going to come next. But it wasn't cheesy; it just was the fact that you knew like a lot of what it was going to be. Um, One crazy scene. Now, Phoenix, we know, super OP mutant. I think class 5. Oh my God, this one scene straight disrespectful to Xavier. Straight disrespectful. Xavier say, if you got something to say, come walk up to me and tell me. You figure that out. You figure that out. Um, um, yeah. Again, Xavier, ton of bad mistakes in the beginning of the movie that really set the tone. But at the end, pretty much he and Jean had a moment of saying that he knew that she knew that he was doing it for the better good for her, and she forgives him for that, which kind of gives her a little bit of the relief and the anger that she's been holding throughout her entire life. A lot of the anger that powers her mutant ability and makes her unstable at times, along with the added power that she just got. So that was a really good moment for the X-Men franchise between the two of them talking. She actually Xavier traditionally talks to her in her head. She spoke to him in his head. She said, "I feel more safe here," which is which was pretty cool. There's no after credits as expected. I mean, it's the last movie of the franchise, but as a real fan, you still sat there to the end, hoping and maybe something. But yeah. Now another thing, a lot of people, again, like I said in the beginning, people was like, "Oh well, they need to go cosmic." Other movies done cosmic. You got Gladiator and all these other characters that we can use. And did this story need to do that? It didn't. It didn't, and I'm fine with it. I am fine. It did what it needed to do. It told the story, and it's just sad because you kind of say you got to put a bone on this franchise with being a part of the Fox, being part of Fox before the deal, but it's literally is one of the movies that I really feel like this was a right step in the future. Now, I have to say, when it comes down to X-Men movies, and you know, they typically have a reputation of skipping each one being okay. Uh, they Apocalypse was bad. This was good. I like Days of Future Past, and I like First Class too. But the every other one, this movie is really worth watching. I really do hope a lot of people go out and check it out. And I think that you will not be disappointed at all. So I got two favorites for you guys that's listening here. If you like X-Men Apocalypse, please put it in the comments because I maybe you can tell me what I need to be rewatching again. But for sure, go check this movie out. It comes out this weekend, and I think a lot of people are unreadily gonna walk out not realizing that that a lot of the bad scrutiny that the movie before this movie does not deserve any of that backlash. It's an hour and 50 minutes, straight hours setting the tone. X hours of straight action effects, all this really good stuff that's happening. But definitely check it out, and yeah, leave me a comment in the subscription and stay tuned. More reviews are coming at you very soon. Thanks for listening, everybody. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. I will see you guys for the next one. Oh, I know. I just ended the video and I just thought about something. I need to say one more thing too. The character costume design, very simple but very effective in this. Very, very like. I feel like it was some of the best they've done. It just felt really authentic for as far as with the character in their current age and becoming more into the yellow and blue or whatever adaptation you're looking forward to, but more becoming into that character, as this is more like another step forward to that. I really do feel like the character costume design was was good. I liked it, and I think it worked. And not just like, you know, just their traditional suits, but as far as like Jean Grey and her eyes, and Nightcrawler, the younger Nightcrawler, and even when he gets fierce, and Beast has always been really good, and Scott is being Scott. Like, yeah, I just think that it was worth me cutting another 1 minute video to report to say that. But again, thanks for checking this video out, and I catch you for the next movie review. Stay tuned.
I do this.